Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back to another episode of Passion for Action. This is a show where we spotlight others who are using their passion for health, fitness, or running to make a positive impact.
Now, over this past year, we've met some amazing people, and amongst them are Darin and Jules from Sahara Strong.
Yep, and they had so much fun with their conversation that they actually wanted to turn the tables and interview us. And that was about 6 months ago, and we were finally able to get that conversation out to you, so
let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hi, I'm Darin Dobler.
And hi, I'm Jules Cornelius.
And we are Sahara Strong. About 6 months ago, we had the opportunity to be interviewed by Jen and Anthony on their Run for Grace show. And we had so much fun. We talked about our campaign called Sahara Strong, where we're training for the Marathon des Sables in 2022. This race is 6 marathons in 6 days, carrying everything we need on our back through the Sahara Desert. And we are raising money for the St. Baldrick's Foundation, raising funds for pediatric cancer research. We just had so much fun talking with Jen and Anthony. So we thought it'd be fun to turn the tables and interview them and actually give you the opportunity to get to know them a little bit better.
So as a little bit of background, Anthony is actually a survivor of child abuse and alcoholism. And Jen talks a little bit about her being a 10 plus year domestic violence relationship survivor. They met in 2012, they were married in 2017, and in 2018, they decided to use their passion for running to help those in need, and that is how Run for Grace was born.
But stay tuned to the very end because we'll be playing a fun game with them too. Let's get started.
Hello, Jen and Anthony.
Hello.
So we want to know more about who Jen and Anthony Bailey are.
Okay, guess I'll start. Well, we are husband and wife who own a nonprofit called Run for Grace. We're on a mission to help prevent homelessness while promoting an active lifestyle with an emphasis on running. So what we do is we want to, after this whole pandemic-y thing is over, build teams again to start fundraising in events like 5Ks, 10Ks, half marathons, running events to fundraise for organizations such as nonprofits or those in need. That's, in a nutshell, that's what Run for Grace does. But as a husband and wife, what would you say we are?
We are not two peas in a pod.
Opposites attract.
Oh, yeah.
Right, exactly. We met online through Plenty of Fish in 2012 and got married in 2017. But it seems like we've been together for like 100 years. Everything was like
in a good way.
Exactly.
She's a lucky gal.
Jim.
Yeah, but we are completely opposite. She's so you asked what the people don't know about us. Maybe one thing is I'm an introvert. Even though I'm on camera all the time, I want to film myself all the time. I want to document everything that happens. I'm on social media a lot, but I am an introvert. I love being alone. And before we moved in together, I had to sit down with her and say, I need my alone time. If I don't get it, I'm not happy.
Bad things happen.
And she's the opposite.
I'm surprised. I would never guess.
I am surprised too.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, there's even like, especially during the summertime, I'll take the kids over to like the water park for an entire day and then make sure like that's his alone time. And it was easy to work with.
How many kids do you guys have?
3.
I have one from previous relationship. She has 2 blended, 18, 14, and 13.
An all-American family. I love that.
Yeah,
wow.
that's awesome.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, I like being around a lot of people, but I have to like know you before I really start like being chatty and talking and totally being me. Until then, I'm just kind of like an observer. I am an empath, so like nobody cries alone in my presence. I feel all the feels, and like going into a room when there's a lot of people, like I have to kind of feel around and learn, what energy to kind of gravitate to and what to stay away from.
Yeah, it is. It could be.
I'm sorry.
It could be exhausting on my end sometimes.
Yeah. And do you
Very
identify
emotional.
as an extrovert, Jen? Or are you
Like an extrovert with introvert tendencies.
Okay, yes. I call myself a fake extrovert. But actually I was talking about this at a poker table and the dealer was like, oh, you're an ambivert. And it was a term I had never heard before. And it was just someone who can kind of like go both ways. You're extroverted in certain situations, you're introverted in certain situations. Yeah. But I may be like you, Anthony. People are always surprised to find out that I'm not like 1,000% extroverted. Mm-hmm. I definitely can like turn it on for weeks at a time, but then I need to recharge and kind of have that time to process. And that for me, that's what running.
It makes sense. I like that term. So it's kind of like you can adjust as needed, I think too. Yeah. But Jen, you think you're an empath. I think we felt that for sure. Like when you interviewed us, you know what I mean? We were talking about some great fun stuff and some tough stuff and all those things, but we could feel it through the Zoom. So we see it. Well, speaking of Run for Grace, if you could talk a little bit more about how and why you started it and really where the name comes from as well.
Abby, you want me to share that or you?
Yes, you're so easy when it comes.
Okay, so I ran my first marathon in 2017. 2018 ran the second one, and while I was training for it, I thought, okay, I want to do this more, not for myself, but for others. And I thought of this organization called Grace Resources, which is an organization out here who helps the homeless and also helps prevent homelessness. But my mother was homeless for a while, and they helped her. So I thought, okay, that's perfect match. That's people I want to support for, or raise money for. Reached out to them. They gladly accepted. So I did the 2018 marathon as a fundraiser for them, $1,500. But at the time, that was a lot of money to me. I couldn't imagine raising $100. But it was done. And it was just me running, and she was supporting. And then the next year, we grabbed a team, called a few people up we knew that were runners. Hey, you want to join this team? And ended up raising $3,500 for them. Did it again the next year, ended up raising $7,500 for them. And then that's when me and Jenny and I decided that we like this fundraising thing. We like helping the community, and let's separate ourselves from Grace Resources, because the fundraiser was called Run for Grace. Yeah. So we separated ourselves from them and made our own charity organization out of it. So.
Oh.
That is great. What a great story too. I didn't know that about your mom and things like that too. I think people maybe asked, that maybe thought Run for Grace was like someone named Grace, but the fact that it's like the idea of grace is awesome. It means so much. It's so great.
And were all of those marathons LA Marathon? Because I know you have a really close connection with LA Marathon.
Yes, okay. LA Marathon every year is an LA Marathon, and that's going to be dedicated to Grace Resources. That's our big major fundraiser every year. Wow. So we have our booth at mile 18, and we have volunteers, and we have the drinks, the snacks, and
there's like the news people and the DJ, and it's like that. It's a party area.
That's awesome.
And Jen, have you ever thought about running a marathon or doing the LA Marathon or training?
So I've done 2 LA marathons.
Oh.
Yeah, the last couple years, and they were really, really great. I finished. That was the goal.
That's all that counts.
All that matters.
Okay.
That's huge.
I got my medals. I'm excited about it. I did have a surgery, so I can't run one again until 2023.
Wow. Okay. I didn't realize that you had run 2. That's phenomenal.
It's incredible.
My God. Okay. That's amazing. So when Run for Grace started, what prompted you to start the YouTube channel and to start doing the show and podcast interviews, all that? When did that?
Love this question. Well, we're still a very small organization, or we're still building our audience. And we thought, a great way of helping others is sharing their stories. Wow. Especially during the pandemic, we couldn't do much because all the races were shut down. So let's take this time just to share other people's stories. And even though our audience is still a little small, who knows, the right pair of eyes might see these videos.
And we're also building this really great tribe. Like, we're part of this wonderful community that's so accepting, and we love it.
I love you. I have a big love for YouTube. We've got some awesome connections. We have friends from Canada, from New York, New Jersey, Australia, just from YouTube. So it's
great. It's so good. You're right, especially during the pandemic. I mean, we're all locked down. We're not have a big chance to race, chances to train. But we also are so thankful, through Instagram, through like a mutual runner. That's how we kind of got connected with you guys.
Jocelyn the Warrior.
I know. So glad then to see her on that during that race as well.
Yeah.
But this connection of this kind of runners and just people who are being active in this networking for us too during pandemic has been fantastic. So we're so thankful for you guys continuing to connect people. It's awesome.
Oh, thank you.
So with your show, with YouTube, who have been besides us, some of your favorite guests that you've had on?
That is such a tough question because we love all of our guests.
Of course.
Everyone has been amazing through it. I think, to narrow it down, who really stands out for us is Chris Nickich, the first man
with Down syndrome
to complete an Ironman. And I think because seeing everything from beginning to end, talking to him while he's training and his dad and his trainer and getting like the whole picture, and then being able to see it on TV and him cross that finish line, it was such a connect, and it had so much, like, I don't know if closure is the right word for it, but I mean, we were bawling. And
I wasn't, but the empath was in a full-on fit that day.
Phenomenal.
We were also quite emotional, even just watching the interviews. So thinking about like continuing to kind of build your network and things like that, who would you just absolutely love to be able to interview on?
David Goggins. It might be tough though, because he is so serious. So I don't know, because I don't know if you notice, I have a bit of a corny sense of humor. And I'm not sure he would vibe very well with that.
If anyone could get the joking side of Goggins out, I know you two would.
We got the ball thing going together, so we're ball.
Stay corny, stay funny.
Yeah, I like
who's yours?
Well, I would say Michelle Obama. I love everything she's done and continues to do. And yeah, I would love to pick her brain.
Oh,
get all the details.
She's incredible.
Yeah. Her book is amazing.
I want to know, like, what's her arm workout? I need Michelle's arms, man.
Just, the tricep workout.
Yeah. Well, so Jen, you mentioned that you recently undergone surgery and that you might not be able to actually run for another year or two. Can you share more about that and the process and the goals and the recovery journey, all that?
Yes. So as early as I can remember, I've struggled with my weight. It's been an ongoing thing. Teenage years and like early 20s, it turned into binging and purging, and then just full on like starvation. My first marriage, a lot of that triggered extra parts of it. So it carried all through my entire life. When I met Anthony, I started doing more exercise and then started running and all that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, I like this. But I was still hiding it from Anthony, like the binging and purging and these things. And even though I was working with a trainer and doing all this great stuff, I still had my own issues behind the scenes. So the last couple years, like I really got it under control. I've had therapy for it and everything, and I did things the right way. So I exercised, I was running all these miles and the weight wasn't coming off. And I'm just like, there has to be something else. And I opted to get the gastric sleeve surgery. So they took about 80% of my stomach away, like cut it, pulled it out. And
it's in the refrigerator if you guys want to see it.
Stop. I wanted a picture, but he politely told me no. And yeah, that went so smooth. That was on March 2nd, and recovery was really, really great. Anthony took the first week off with me. And I really only needed him like a couple days because everything went so smooth.
Absolutely.
And you feel good. You feel like no kind of lingering.
No, like I had some things I had to switch up along the way, like vitamins and stuff. I've been jogging a bit, but I think that's where like the struggle is, the mental struggle, because I can't go as hard as I want to. I can't go as long as I want to. And then in my own head, I'm like, I'm a failure. And it's,
it's got to be so tough, especially knowing like what you've done in the past.
Yes.
And also I could imagine how you've eaten in the past, and now like you kind of reset with exercise, reset with what you and how you eat, and all that too.
And but like it's been great.
Well, and what exercises are you approved, or what kind of exercise or duration or whatever are you able to do?
So now I can do everything. Like I'm going to start up a cycling class, which is super out of my comfort zone, and I'm struggling with it, but I want to do this the right way and make everything happen. So yeah, I can still jog, but I can't like truly train for the next marathon because my stomach's so small. I can't hold that much water in it. I need to stay hydrated. Even if I wear a vest, it's still going to be difficult.
It's been really cool to see this progress, because there's times when she like this morning, I was outside having my morning coffee and she just walked out and I'm like, damn. Like, look at you. Like, like from day to day, like you see these massive changes. And what's even cooler about it is her confidence has excelled immensely since she's been doing this.
And I'm so glad that so far the process has gone well, that your recovery's on track, and like what it's done for you, for both you guys.
Good. Yeah,
that's
your
just awesome.
relationship.
It's so great. All right. Well, so Anthony, you mentioned a little bit about kind of when you first started running, but we're curious to hear more about kind of why you first started running and kind of what the LA Marathon has really meant to you.
Another great question. I struggled with alcoholism for 14 years, from age 21 all the way to 35. And of course, I started off slow, social, fun thing, hanging out with the buddies, the boys on the weekends, picking up on chicks. Didn't have much luck in that, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, you did from the story.
Finally did.
Yeah. You got there eventually.
Nope. I was a very romantic fella. I treated gals with the utmost respect. So I went to 14 years of being in a bottle, basically. It progressed from that all the way till dark years of me hanging out in dark, dingy bars. I'm talking dark bars, literally. Like hardly, just a few people sitting in them. Karaoke bar thing in the corner of the same person singing over and over and over. Me walking home from the bars, and then me going and sitting on my porch till like usually the sun came up, drinking and smoking cigarettes the whole night, and then going to work hungover and feeling like garbage. And at 35, I finally decided, okay, enough's enough. I feel like crap. I made some horrible life decisions, enough to kind of say, okay, Anthony, you're on the wrong path here. And I said, I'm tired of this life, and decided to start changing things up. Went to church a little bit. I'm not religious, but I am spiritual. And started hanging out with a different crowd, going to the gym more. And then it's like almost the fog lifted from my eyes. And I said, okay, I want to try something when it comes to dating. I want to try finding somebody that's worth, because all the people I'd find in the past, I would never commit to them, or if they snored, if they had like any kind of, if they said, I don't smoke, you're gone. If I don't drink, you're gone. It just, I was single for a long time. So I'm gonna take this relationship thing serious. And I found her online. She had a Dodger hat on, a couple kids, and I go, you know what? I'm gonna try to wiggle my way in that right there. And did the whole Dodger fan thing and talked to her about Dodgers for a little bit, and that led to a date. When we got together, she said, I told her I still smoked and drank, and she goes, well, as long as you don't do that in front of me, it's okay. I did that. She wouldn't be there. I'd be usually sloshed at home, smoking or whatever. And 6 months later, during Mother's Day, she came over that morning to pick up her Mother's Day gift. I was out still doing errands. She called me on the phone. She goes, we need to talk when you get home. And I'm like, oh, crap, because I already knew what it was. I left my ashtray in the sink that I forgot to hide or put away. And when I came home, she pretty much said, okay, now things are different. I'm in love with you now. I care about you and your health. So it's either pretty much me or the cigarettes. And in the past, I would usually tell women, okay, fine, bye. But I knew something was special about this one. So that day, quit smoking, which led to me quit drinking, because drinking and smoking is hand in hand. And that was like the rocket boost I needed to really work on myself, physical fitness, And then I applied for the police department because that was my dream at the time. Because, okay, I grew up in a bad household. I could be a police officer. I'd be a perfect fit for it. Luckily, I say that now, luckily, that didn't work out. Yeah. They said I was had maturity issues, which is odd. You know what I did? I took that letter and I put it in one of those bags of dog poop and I burned it and put it on their porch just to show them I wasn't immature. No, I'm kidding. No, but I was thankful that didn't pan out, even though at the time I was devastated. It was like a year of my life training for it, and I'd be running every weekend. I'd be trying to keep up with these kids. So I was like 35, and I'm trying to keep up with 20-year-olds at the training academy and stuff. And a friend of mine said, "Hey, why don't you do a marathon?" I go, "What? Freaking marathon? That's like for elite athletes." And I signed up for the 2017, and my only goal was to run the whole thing, and that's what I did. Ran the whole, and it was awful, guys. Awful.
Oh, yeah.
I remember crossing the finish line, but that finish line was like I shed the skin of the person I used to be. Wow. That was Anthony was gone. I can now do anything. I could do freaking 26 miles. Who does that? And I remember a family friend said, "Would you ever do it again?" I'm like, "Hell no." Never. And that was the LA Marathon 2017, and that's why LA Marathon is so close to my heart. It'll always be. So I'm a longtime fan of LA Marathon because it's changed my life immensely. It's added many bonuses.
Changed your life.
Yeah, Anthony, what an incredible story.
Yeah,
I really didn't know all those things.
And you quit smoking that day, cold turkey.
Cold turkey, and it sucked.
Oh, I bet.
And I would listen because I remember one of my triggers was 80s music, like Tears for Fears. I would sit on the porch listening to my 80s music while drinking. I loved it. And it took a long time for it'd be a trigger. I couldn't even listen to 80s music because I'd always have this nostalgia for going back into that life. And there'd be times I'd park in front of the apartment. We lived in an apartment back then. And things were tough, because we're trying to get used to each other, get used to the kids and this life. And I'd be like, you know what, I can just go in there and say, this ain't working, and go back to the way I used to be, where it's much easier. But I never did.
And to be honest, not knowing about that background, about honestly like the drinking and the smoking, again, just like you're being an introvert, I would have never guessed.
I'm shocked.
Because of your kind of your level of fitness, your level of energy and things like that too. So having not just overcome the physical stuff, but I think a lot of those, I know those mental struggles are an ongoing thing.
Oh, it is. It's to this day. Like, you go back to the question, what people don't know about me, there's a battle in my mind every day.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, wow. I understand that.
Especially.
Wow.
God damn it. Right now.
Yeah.
Like, how am I sitting here talking to you guys, and I can't. It's okay.
We just love you so much, and you guys are so open and so vulnerable, and just sharing, your deepest, most difficult struggles. It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to talk to people who are so vulnerable and so authentic and so genuine. And life is a journey. We all have these struggles, and again, I can imagine that a lot of people will hear both of your stories and be able to relate. Like, it's
really inspiring too. I think that for both of you, and I think for many people, they've come to running for a lot of different reasons, but it's such a great, generally healthy way to deal with a lot of tough stuff. It helps get us through a lot of tough stuff. For me, it's definitely, it's like therapy. Yeah. It's like meditation. It's something that kind of helps. But for you, Anthony, it seems like it's been such a thing to cling to as well.
Yeah.
I can't imagine ever not doing it, because I need it to process things.
Yeah.
Talking about the transformation and what you've really learned about yourself through this process of training for marathon, exercising. Jen, what spurred you to do that first marathon? Was it watching Anthony go through that transformation and the progress?
Pushing her into it. It's
the dark side thing where it's his secret plot to get you.
Okay. I loved the energy when I was there. Again, in previous life, I had tried running and doing different things, but that was met in opposition and embarrassment, and you can't do this, and why are you even trying? That kind of stuff sat with me for so long. When Anthony had done this and we went down there and I felt the energy of it, I loved it. I loved every second of it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I want to do this. I want to try. And, there's people I was cheering for. I don't even know these people. And I was in tears, like, I'm so proud of you. And, empath, like, fully shining that day. So I'm like, I need to try this. And I had his full support, and it was wonderful. I mean, it was difficult, but so worth it. Like, I've learned I'm stronger than I think. I'm stronger than I set myself up for. So yeah, I love it.
So awesome.
It's so cool. I think that it's so that this theme of like community that keeps coming up, and I think it's so ironic that essentially as runners, we're all kind of competing with each other, right? Like on races, we're also competing with ourselves.
Yeah.
But the sense of support is awesome. We're all trying to help each other, whether it's run faster, feel better, new things to try. It's just awesome.
It's a beautiful thing to be a part of, or to witness, or just to be on the sidelines watching these people overcome things that they didn't think they could.
100%.
To know that we're not alone doing these things is just that's really
Yeah.
So this is actually a question that I believe that you ask a lot of your interviewees. So of course we wanted to turn the tables again, of course, and ask you guys. So what is your most audacious life goal?
You want to go first?
No.
No.
Life goal. I don't know if this is possible, but I would like to see Run for Grace's logo at the Olympics one day. I want it to be internationally known. I want it to be when people see our logo, know that logo is connected to helping others. And why I see the Olympics is because that's one of the biggest platforms every 4 years. So if the whole world sees it, that means that more people are going to help those in need, just by saying, what is Run for Grace? Oh, they help those in need through their passion of running. So why not? I would love to see. I don't know if it'll be in my lifetime, but I would like to have that be one of the goals for Run for Grace, is to be on a international platform, helping everybody in the world, not just here in America.
That's awesome. That's so great.
Yeah, we got to dream big.
We wish the same.
Thank you.
Let's keep working on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Mine, I would say, is fairly selfish, but in a good way, because of, I think I've always thought I couldn't do it. Mine would be to fully run a marathon, all 26.2, because for me, that's something that's been, even through therapy, it's still something that's been driven into my head years ago, that you can't do this. And maybe it seems so basic for some, but for me, that's a really huge deal, to be able to not walk it through, not jog it through. I want to run. Like, I know I'm capable of it, but I want to be able to do it and say, like, I did it. 100% running.
I think that's an awesome goal.
It's so great.
I have a similar goal. So I'm going to promise you here on this podcast that when you do it, I'll do it with you. Wherever that marathon's going to be,
Nice.
I'll run it with you, because I haven't run a straight marathon. I've stopped multiple times. I've walked a lot of our marathons.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I got you, girl.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Let's do it. One day we're going to do it.
So great.
We will do it.
We will do it.
Thank you for asking that question. That's a
Gosh.
great question.
Well,
Big one.
so this interview has really helped us kind of dig deep, get to know you all a little bit better, but we've got some even harder hitting questions for you.
Uh-oh.
This is a surprise. You don't know, but we're going to play a game. So we're going to ask you some rapid fire questions.
All right, here we go. First question is, who gets hangrier?
Yay! Okay, that was both of you agree.
Good job.
Okay, so who's messier?
Anthony.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You guys.
Agreement so far.
Yes.
This is great.
2 for 2.
Who's funnier? Anthony, your first wrong answer. That's
first wrong answer.
All right, who's more type A?
I don't know.
Who runs this household?
Karma does. Karma does. It's our dog.
I love it.
Okay, Jen, yeah, she's the one. I've already told her when we have employees, she's firing people because I can't do it.
Oh, he's a softie.
Anthony, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I am similar to you. Who's the best cook?
I make mac and cheese.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you got there.
Only make mac and cheese.
Who said "I love you" first?
Really?
Was it? I remember you asked. I don't remember who said I love you.
Oh, you know
first.
what? No, what I'm thinking of is the first time the word love came out, and that was from you because you never called me any pet names or anything. And when I was leaving your apartment,
The walk of shame.
yeah, and he was like, he gave me a hug and a kiss, and he was like, "Okay, I'll see you later, love." And I was like, "Swoon."
Yeah, I completely remember that. I remember
No,
that.
you don't. You're lying.
That's a good question, though.
That was an incredible answer.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. I love that. It was like a little movie there. It was like what happened and then how you felt. And then that was fantastic. It was fantastic. Who has the best taste in music? Oh, nice. Jen, we've talked about this. I think you and I definitely like electronic music, dance music.
Yes.
Love it.
Boo.
But actually, Anthony, I also love 80s music.
Yeah.
So
Okay, I take back my boo.
My rap doesn't get no rap lovers out there. All right. It's
I like 90s rap.
90s rap.
Yeah.
I was listening to like Cardi B and Saweetie this morning, so hey.
The rap gets me. It's like great running music for me. It gets me pumped.
I can see that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
gangsta.
Okay, who's the spender in the family?
Oh well.
Oh wait, Amazon. I disagree with Amazon.
Yeah.
There's a new Amazon thing every week. Every day.
However, whenever he asks for something, I am immediate like to get it here.
So you're
Via Amazon.
No,
yeah.
but she says we actually had this conversation a week ago. I go, why do I have to like almost plead to get the things I want? But yet you tell me, oh, I bought this. It's like there's no conversation. You just do it.
Darin, stop pointing at me.
I didn't.
But what Darin does is when he wants something, he literally puts together like a PowerPoint presentation and presents it to me like here are the 12 reasons why I need a specialized road bike for my triathlons and
Hashtag specialized if they're listening.
hashtag specialized.
I'm the same way. I got to think, how am I going to bring this to her and make it sound like it's for the family and not just for me?
It's actually a gift for both of us.
Exactly.
Yeah, he does that.
Speaking of music, who is the better singer?
Karaoke king.
No.
I haven't done karaoke since my drinking days, but
And
he
I've
might
never
come
seen
back.
him, and I don't want to.
You want me to do a little verse now?
Don't.
Okay.
Well,
As the viewer immediately clicks off the video.
unsubscribe. What's your go-to karaoke song?
Gosh, it's been so. Well, the song back then was.
I don't wanna do your stupid games. Like this one. With my big black boots and no suitcase. Do you believe I'll find myself a new place?
Oh. And this is their whole game show, but we're gonna. Darin, what's your go-to karaoke song?
I like Christmas carols.
Wow.
So I would probably belt out some Christmas carols.
In June?
But any time of year.
I thought you were gonna do 80, like pour some sugar on me or some, I don't know.
With all the moves.
Huh.
I got no moves.
Some white snake.
You got We Three Kings and Oh Holy Night.
Old King Wenceslas.
Good King Wenceslas.
Oh my gosh.
No problem.
Yeah,
All right.
Thanks for embarrassing me. I appreciate that.
Note yourself, don't go do karaoke with them.
Exactly.
I'm a shoop girl.
Oh yeah.
A what?
Oh, shoop.
Oh, shoot.
Shoot by salt and pepper?
Salt and pepper. Anything salt and pepper. I'm there.
Wow.
Okay, so who gives more gifts?
I don't.
Anthony,
Oh, well, here's the thing.
Anthony,
Choose an
everyone,
answer.
you're both gift givers.
I guess
But Jen
no.
says,
She tells me exactly what she wants.
love
She doesn't
that.
like surprises. She does not like surprises. Ever.
Takes the guesswork out.
I'm going to tell you what works for me. I'm going to give you some options, and whatever comes from those, bam, we're in business.
I love it.
Got it.
One of the gifts she got in her past life was he said, "The gift to you is me for Christmas."
Oh, yeah.
Not a single gift for Christmas. And she had piles for him. And I was like, when you told me that story, I was like, wow.
Jen, that's heartbreaking.
Yes.
That laugh in me is,
Yeah.
I'm crying inside right now. Like that's just, oh, that's awful.
That was your first Christmas together.
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
Usually you go
There's red
above and
flags all
beyond.
around.
Oh.
But you know what? I wouldn't change anything of my entire life. I have zero regrets because everything that I've went through, especially all the bad stuff, I've learned from it, and I'm so appreciative of all the good things that are here now. And yeah, life still has hiccups and whatever, but you know, whose doesn't? So we go lead every day with positivity and gratitude, and that shit is great.
Yeah.
Amazing check.
Wow.
If we bring the game down to a screeching halt,
It's
Just-
let me bring this back.
Ruined
The
Christmas.
wheel has fallen off.
Oh man.
All right. Well, let's get back on track. Who unloads the dishwasher?
the kids do actually most.
Oh, the kids or Anthony.
Or Anthony. I'm not so much of a dishwasher unloader.
I like doing the dishes.
Nice.
Who's the biggest party animal out of you two? Who gets down?
She is now.
The extrovert.
Nice.
The extrovert gets down.
I get it.
Yeah.
When you're getting down, who's the better dancer? Oh,
Love it.
I'm
interesting.
kidding. It's her. I'm horrible. I got one move. Like a white man.
Yeah, but then
And
no.
he rocks that move like no other.
Hey.
He's on it.
And I know what I'm uncomfortable with. I'm not gonna go outside of it. You're not gonna see me spinning, or unless the kids are around. Then I'll spin and do some vacuum just to
Break
embarrass
dance.
them.
Great dance.
Just to embarrass them. But,
Good.
which is a joy in life, embarrassing the kids.
Yes.
I like that.
We might have to have kids now because
Sure.
we're missing out.
Easy.
Yeah. Okay, who's the better driver?
Oh gosh.
Another easy question, it sounds like.
Ah.
That's interesting. Who snores the loudest? Oh.
But she
Well,
doesn't snore anymore, which is awesome. When I met her, she never snored, and that was okay. You're a keeper. And then as she gained weight this past year or two, the snores just went like, oh my god! But then the surgery happened, and now they're gone. It's
Kidding.
It's back to where it used to be. That single.
He has to hover over me with a mirror, like she's still breathing.
Alive.
Oh.
That's when you get him.
So quiet.
But you're the
Another
snorer.
benefit.
Darren's a snorer.
Darren, you might have to have the surgery because you guys, his snoring, it's bless him. can't do anything about it.
You got earplugs. Your earplugs?
Oh yeah, she used earplugs.
I sometimes I just.
Yeah, every morning I don't wake up with a pillow. Like I'm happy.
All right, who is the person who's most likely to last on a deserted island?
Oh.
Anthony, are you like the Bear Grylls Survivor Man?
Nope, I'm completely glamper. Have no idea how to do anything. I could barely even change a light bulb, but I think I could endure it longer than she would.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I don't do well with heat. I don't do well with bugs. I don't do well with anything that's not like within a comfy climate controlled home.
So I think I know the answer to this one. Who's most likely to cry during a movie? Oh.
But the empath. I love it. Okay, who spends the most time on their phone? Anthony, we're liking this way. It is it can be a bone of contention, but you know.
I tell her that I'm busy growing our brands.
Exactly.
Personal one or Run for Grace.
Yeah. I feel like we're hearing ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. Who wakes up first in the morning?
Oh, you're an early riser, Anthony. Okay, who controls the television remote? Oh, Anthony.
Interesting.
Love television.
All right, and finally, for our last question, who looks best with a shaved head?
Oh, Jen gets the vote. Dude, it's true. Jen, you're inspiring me. I actually told Darin the other day, I kind of want to shave my head. I'm dead serious about it, but I know I won't look even half as gorgeous as you. I don't feel confident I can rock it, but man.
So what do you think about Darin?
I mean, as long as she's happy, I'm happy. That's how it goes. I love her hair for sure, and it's honestly one of the first things that I noticed about her.
Me too.
Yeah, she had it like in these little twists, and oh my god, I love her hair.
Is the 90s? Remember the twists. Guys, it has been an absolute pleasure to just get to know you better. And we cannot thank you enough for allowing us to kind of delve in, ask all these tough questions, and flip the tables. You guys are just incredible, and it is an honor.
We're honored. Thank you for the opportunity to talk, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Jen and Anthony.
Oh. Yes.
Okay,
oh my gosh.
We haven't seen me.
Yes. Oh,
that's amazing.
I'm all over.
Yes. Everything Run for Grace.
I'm all over because I'm one that runs that stuff. From sunny, hot California.
And hello from humid, cicada, ravaged New Jersey.
I forgot about those.
Darin had like 8 cicadas hit him.
On my bike ride, I hit a bunch. I almost swallowed one on my run.
No.
What is a cicada? I would have moved.
They hibernate for like 17 years and then they pop out and come and get you.
This is the 17th year. I need to have Michelle Obama arms. Like I need to be #thick, THIC.